of our morality. It is a weapon of unknown design, cost, and military value. And I'm not sure the miserable thing can be gotten to the target except by oxcart.
Any comments?
The Super is a monster. We should not build it. That does not make me a communist.
Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party, Mr. Oppenheimer? Mr. Oppenheimer.
En contra de Oppenheimer, el presidente Truman siguió adelante con la bomba H. En medio de una estricta seguridad en Los Álamos, Edward Teller comenzó el proyecto con el que había soñado durante años.
Our project is to create the energy of the sun, to create nuclear fusion, to create it here on Earth. We must work as if our lives depended on it. Which, gentlemen, I truly believe they do.
Era un salto científico a lo desconocido. Al fusionar átomos de hidrógeno, Teller esperaba recrear el proceso que le da energía al Sol. La única energía en la Tierra lo suficientemente poderosa como para fusionar los átomos de hidrógeno era la bomba atómica de Oppenheimer. Pero esta sería el iniciador de la Super. Teller prometió entregarla en 2 años.
I am more satisfied than I have been in the last 35 years. I love the job I'm going to do.
Los estadounidenses temían que Fuchs hubiera revelado a los soviéticos todo lo que Teller sabía. El FBI entregó al agente Robert Lamphere a Londres.
Commander Arnold.
Agent Lamphere.
Klaus, did you, or did you not, pass on secrets of the H-bomb to the Russians?
Los soviéticos enfrentaban una decisión clave. Sájarov había visto toda la información de Fuchs, pero quería seguir su propio diseño.
Sorry to keep you all waiting, gentlemen. Sorry. Everybody, I want to introduce you to Andrei Dmitrievich Sakharov. Some of you will already be familiar with his work in gas dynamics. But perhaps he will consent to say a few words about his new design.
If I may, I call it the layer cake. Quite simply, a fission core is encased in a layer of fusible material and then a layer of conventional explosive to implode the whole device. The icing on the cake, as it were. Its explosive yield is not going to be in the megaton range, but still potentially in the hundreds of kilotons. And what I like about it is we can actually test it.
La bomba de Sájarov sería mucho menos potente que la de Teller, pero mucho más simple de construir. El complejo diseño de Teller dependía de una cadena de reacciones nucleares que se propaga por el núcleo de la bomba. El matemático Stan Ulam estaba a cargo de los cálculos.
What are you saying, Stan? The model considered this a fizzle? What does this mean? The model considered this a fizzle?
Well, exactly that, Edward. The results point to the progress of the reaction being mediocre, even given a large amount of tritium.
No. You've made a mistake. There is some bias in your samples.
Edward, something you should perhaps consider. Maybe these calculations reveal a flaw in your design.
There is no flaw in the design. Your work is false. I don't believe a word of it. Take me to my office.
Los resultados de Ulam pronto fueron confirmados en la Universidad de Princeton por una de las primeras computadoras digitales.
I guess you heard that.
Yeah.
To make the superbomb would require
3, 4, 5 kilograms of tritium fuel?
Evidently.
Rather more than you predicted.
About 30 to 50 times more.
It's quite a discrepancy.
Is there a point to this?
Or are you just calling to crow?
The point is, Edward, to make a bomb, to make a super bomb to your specifications would absorb up to 5 years of reactor effort, and it's simply impractical. You need to go back to the drawing board on this.
Thanks for your help, Robert. We'd love you here.
Lavrenti Pavlovich Beria dirigía el proyecto nuclear soviético. El tiránico jefe de la policía secreta condenó a miles de prisioneros a morir al construir reactores nucleares y trabajar en las minas de uranio sin protección.
I have a direct message for you from Comrade Stalin. By the way, how's your wife?
My wife? He's well, thank you.
Your country needs you now to demonstrate that we can match the Americans kiloton for kiloton, megaton for megaton.
It's results, Edward. We need results. I've got to be seeing something.
Ya que aún no tenía un proyecto de trabajo, Teller enfrentaba críticas crecientes incluso de su aliado Louis Strauss.
A lot of talk around town, Edward, that you've led the nation on a wild goose chase. A lot of trust has been put in you. A lot of money. Some people are saying you've made some bad choices.
We lack a manufacturing base to rival the Americans. But we have one thing they do not. Belief.
Of course, the root problem is the quality of the staff at Los Alamos. They are all such unmitigated mediocrities, totally lacking in drive and imagination. And what it comes down to, Oppenheimer.
While their scientists argue with each other in public like schoolboys, ours are side by side in the laboratories, working together in a common purpose.
Some of the foremost physicists in the world, I have approached them directly. They have turned me down. Why? Again, Oppenheimer. They're all under his spell. Whatever he says, they believe.
Problem is, all the derogatory information on Oppenheimer is old hat. What we need is something new.
El FBI pronto encontró algo nuevo. Sospechaban que mientras que Fuchs trabajaba bajo la dirección de Oppenheimer, su contacto había sido el farmacéutico Harry Gold. Pero necesitaban la confirmación de Fuchs.
I want names, and I want dates. I'm not leaving here until I have them. Well.
Después de 6 días, Fuchs finalmente habló.
I knew him as Raymond. Here, from Moscow.
Constatar que Gold era el agente Raymond fue un descubrimiento importantísimo. Este pronto llevó al arresto de Julius Rosenberg y de su esposa Ethel. Ambos estaban implicados en el acarreo de información de los Álamos a los soviéticos. Como el antiguo director científico de los Álamos, Oppenheimer fue víctima de un intenso escrutinio.
You've seen enough now, Mr. F.B. fucking Hyman!
You've had enough to drink. Let's get some rest, huh?
Don't patronize me, Robert. I haven't had a drop. Turn that goddamn radio off.
El occidente estaba cada vez más alarmado por la amenaza roja. En junio de 1950, las fuerzas de la ONU fueron a la guerra para impedir que Corea del Sur cayera en manos de los comunistas.
The fact that communist forces have invaded Korea is a warning that there may be similar acts of aggression in other parts of the world.
On the battlefront in Korea, United Nations forces fight desperately to meet the Red attack.
Las tropas estadounidenses sufrieron numerosas bajas. El temor de que el presidente Truman recurriera nuevamente a la bomba atómica se intensificó.
Northern Korea. The president has stated that the use of the atomic bomb is being considered to halt the communist onrush inspired by Russia. His hope is that the employment of this devastating weapon will be unnecessary.
Be a little more careful, will you? This is explosives. Sorry.
A 10 meses de iniciado el proyecto de la bomba de hidrógeno, los científicos de Los Álamos encontraron un camino a seguir. Como jefe consultor nuclear del presidente, Oppenheimer se interesó de inmediato.
I think this is it. I've cracked it. We've cracked it.
Let's go for a drive.
The X-rays implode the second stage of the device, the plutonium rod, or spark plug, at the core of the secondary, which fissions.
Teller vio ahora que la radiación de la bomba atómica de Oppenheimer era la clave para encender su propia bomba H.
Your solution to the ignition problem is technically very sweet. Congratulations.
Is that it? No moral objections?
Edward, come on. We both know it would be folly for me to oppose the exploration of this new weapon. But that we become committed to it as a way to save our country and the peace appears to me to be full of danger.
Los estadounidenses se preparaban ahora para desencadenar la mayor explosión creada por el hombre. El sitio, las islas Anihuatec en el Pacífico. Un grupo de 10,000 personas se apresuró a preparar la prueba en el otoño de 1952. Con el nombre clave de Ivy Mike, la bomba pesaba 65 toneladas. Demasiado grande para soltarla desde un avión, fue resguardada en un hangar gigante. Pero Edward Teller, su diseñador en jefe, no estaría ahí. Después de tener conflictos por su estilo de liderazgo, renunció.
Grandstand seat here to one of the most momentous events in the history of science. This is the first full-scale test of a hydrogen device. For the sake of all of us, and for the sake of our country, I know that you join me in wishing this expedition well.
It is now 30 seconds to zero time. Put on goggles or turn away. Do not remove goggles or face first until 10 seconds after the first light. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
Una bola de fuego de 5 kilómetros recreó todos los elementos que el universo había visto. Era el equivalente a 1000 Hiroshimas. A casi 8,000 kilómetros de distancia, Teller contempló el nacimiento de su bomba.
The island seems to have vanished, over. Say again, Red Leader? The island seems to have just disappeared.
Hello. I've want to send a telegram to Dr. Robert Oppenheimer.
What is your message, sir?
It's a boy.
Congratulations, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you, Commander Volk. That was the commander of the aircraft carrier 35 miles out from the blast site. He said the blast took out the horizon. Can you imagine that, Kitty? Took out the entire horizon from 35 miles out.
Robert?
They vaporized an entire island, clean blew it out of the ocean, and it turned into this dust cloud. It's now circling the Earth and showering us all with radioactive fallout. He said the blast was so intense that it stripped the entire island of anything living, anything growing, anything walking. Birds just fell out of the sky, black as cinders. Who cares about the birds, right? Who cares about the fucking birds?
Robert, what did you expect?
I expected it not to work.
How could it fail? You helped build it up.
Bomb, bomb, hydrogen bomb. Bomb, bomb, hydrogen bomb. It's a big loud noise and you're real gone. Bomb, bomb, the hydrogen bomb.
Ahora los estadounidenses emprendieron el diseño de una bomba H que pudiera arrojarse desde un avión. En 1953, Eisenhower llegó a la presidencia y de inmediato incrementó el presupuesto para armamento nuclear.
We are forced to concentrate on building such stores of armaments as can deter any attack against those who want to be free.
Ese año, los soviéticos perdieron a los líderes de su programa nuclear.
Comrades, it is with the deepest regret that we inform you that our great leader and comrade, Joseph Vissarionovich Stalin, has died.
En la Unión Soviética se desató una lucha por el poder.
What's going on?
Los rivales de Beria lo citaron a una junta. Se trataba de una emboscada. Dos meses después de la caída de Beria, la bomba H soviética estaba lista.
We must evacuate everyone downwind of ground zero.
It would mean moving tens of thousands of people. You do realize that.
Taking into account possible changes in wind direction, this is the area we believe must be cleared.
Decenas de miles de personas fueron evacuadas. Sakharov describió la explosión más tarde.
A shockwave blasted my ears and struck a sharp blow to my entire body. Then there was a prolonged, ominous rumble that slowly died away after 30 seconds or so. I could see a stupendous cloud trailing streamers of purple dust. The cloud turned gray and swirled upward, shimmering with gleams of orange. Within minutes, the cloud, which now filled half the sky, turned a sinister blue-black color.
La bomba H soviética había llegado varios años antes de lo predicho por la CIA, desatando así las sospechas de que en los Estados Unidos seguía habiendo numerosos espías. Julius y Ethel Rosenberg habían sido enviados a la silla eléctrica por entregarles secretos nucleares a los soviéticos. Su caso era un recordatorio para todos los estadounidenses del destino que les esperaba a los espías comunistas.
Let's be clear on this, Edward. You think Oppenheimer has been spying for the Soviets?
I don't say that.
Okay.
He has been blocking the H-bomb. This is a matter of public record. Why? I don't say that he receives direct instructions from Moscow, no. But who needs instructions when he is sympathetic to the cause? He knows what to do, and he does it.
Thank you, Dr. Teller.
Designado por Eisenhower como nuevo director de la Comisión de Energía Atómica, Strauss se dispuso ahora a destruir al padre de la bomba atómica. A 5 días de su nombramiento, Strauss ordenó al FBI incautar todos los archivos clasificados de Oppenheimer. Era el equivalente a acusarlo de espionaje.
On instructions from the President, the Atomic Energy Commission has revoked your security clearance. We have made a list of our reasons for this action.
Reasons? Isn't this a charge sheet? Well, I guess I always expected this day to come. Let's have a look here. Between 1936 and 1941, I did indeed associate with known communists. I married one. Subscribed to party journals. No, you got that wrong. I never really subscribed. Employed communists to work on the Manhattan Project. You know, I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. Oh, but look here. Our old friend, the H-bomb. This is new. Well, attempted to retard atomic weapons development, in particular the H-bomb. Well, I did express an opinion on the H-bomb. I guess that's what this is about, huh?
If you wish to make light of it, Robert.
No! I am not making light of it. How do you think I should respond, Lewis? Should I resign?
That choice is up to you, Robert.
Yes, it is for me to decide. And I'm going to have to think about this one.
We'll need your response by tomorrow.
Well, I better consult my lawyer then.
I'm afraid not. For security reasons, you understand.
Well, I am beginning to, Lewis.
Los estadounidenses estaban listos para probar su nueva Super. Con menos de una cuarta parte del peso de Ivy Mike, la bomba crearía la mayor explosión jamás vista. La apodaron El Camarón.
We have made a thing, a most terrible weapon that has altered abruptly and profoundly the nature of the world. A thing that by the standards of the time that we grew up in is an evil thing. And by so doing, we have raised the question, once again, is science good for man? We are scientists, just scientists, not armament manufacturers. And this weapon, this novel weapon of ours is by definition a weapon of terror and aggression, a weapon for aggressors.
Cuéntame cómo pasó, ahora también de lunes a viernes a las 9 de la noche.
¿Pero qué cosas? ¿Y por qué haces eso? Pues porque pensé que era lo que quería.
A partir de julio, transmitiremos los capítulos de la 7ª y 8ª temporada en su repetición.
¿Pero tú estás idiota o que quién te ha dicho a ti eso?
Y continúan los capítulos de estreno los domingos a las 9 de la noche.
Claro que sí, no soy idiota.
Sí, pues lo pareces.
En julio, espera mucho más de Cuéntame cómo pasó. No te lo pierdas.
En el tercer episodio de Torchwood, un extraño objeto extraterrestre provoca aterradoras visiones al equipo del Capitán Jack. Descubre el origen de estas oscuras visiones y sus peligrosas consecuencias en Torchwood, la máquina fantasma. Próximo lunes, 10:30 de la noche.
El tamaño de la explosión había sido subestimado.
Is it true that the American H-bomb test, in effect, ran out of control?
No. The yield was about double that of the calculated estimates, a margin of error not incompatible with a totally new weapon.
A más de 130 kilómetros de la explosión, un barco pesquero japonés fue bañado con materia radioactiva.
Mr. Stress, how about some basic info on the H-bomb, please? Its size compared to the atom bomb.
It can be made as large as you wish, large enough to take out a city.
How big a city?
Moscow, Berlin, any city.
Any city. New York City.
The metropolitan area? Yes. No more comments.
Strauss había hecho lo que Oppenheimer siempre quiso hacer: alertar a los Estados Unidos del verdadero horror de la super.
It can destroy any city. That means Fort Worth and Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Amarillo, El Paso, yes, Johnson City.
You will know when it comes. It looks something like this. But if you duck and cover like Bert, you will be much safer.
Oh, the hydrogen bomb, blast it all, let it fall. Oh, I hold the hydrogen bomb, God have mercy on me.
El mundo se preparó para enfrentar una masacre nuclear.
Товарищи, не волнуйтесь. Во время воздушной тревоги весь городской транспорт выходит за черту города, где жители будут в большей безопасности.
I'm going to explain to you the system of warning signals that will be used in this country in the event of a nuclear attack. Where sirens have not yet been provided, the grey warning may also be given by church bells, or in Scotland, where church bells are not in common use, by word of mouth or by whistle.
En Washington, Oppenheimer impugnó la suspensión de su credencial de seguridad. Luchaba por su reputación y su carrera. Científicos eminentes testificaron en su nombre.
I believe that this board has made a mistake. This bill of particulars is quite capable of being interpreted as placing this man on trial because he held opinions, which is quite contrary to the American system.
We have an A-bomb because of this man, a whole series of them.
Of course, you don't know what the file before the board has disclosed.
No, but I think any incident in a man's life, you have to take it in sum. What made him act? What he did? What kind of a person he is? That's what you're really doing here. You're writing a man's life.
Pero las probabilidades estaban en contra de Oppenheimer. Con la aprobación del presidente, instalaron micrófonos incluso en la oficina de su abogado.
Next witness, please, Mrs. Oppenheimer. Mrs. Oppenheimer, how did you leave the Communist Party?
By walking away.
Did you have a card?
Yes.
Did you turn it in or tear this up?
I have no idea.
La acusación llamó a su testigo estrella, Edward Teller.
Do you or do you not believe believe that Dr. Oppenheimer is a security risk?
In a great number of cases, I have seen Dr. Oppenheimer act in a way which was, to me, exceedingly hard to understand. I thoroughly disagreed with him in numerous issues, and his actions, frankly, appeared to me confused and complicated. To this extent, I feel that I would like to see the vital interests of this country in hands which I understand better, and therefore trust more.
Thank you, Dr. Teller. You may go.
El testimonio de Teller fue el golpe final.
I'm sorry.
After what you just said, I don't know what you mean.
El jurado concluyó que Oppenheimer tenía una susceptibilidad a ser influenciado que podría tener graves implicaciones para los intereses de seguridad de la nación. Su credencial de seguridad fue revocada. Oppenheimer estaba arruinado.
In the forest, in battle, out on the great sea, at the precipice's edge, in the mountains, in sleep, in delirium, in deep trouble. Good deeds a man has done before defend him. Someone remind me what my good deeds were.
La carrera de armamentos nucleares había perdido a su oponente más poderoso. Un año más tarde, la Unión Soviética se convirtió en el primer país que lanzó una bomba de hidrógeno desde un avión.
Well done.
Sájarov pronto supo que la prueba había reclamado víctimas inocentes. 14 años después, enfureció a las autoridades al expresar su alarma por el poder que él había ayudado a desencadenar.
What troubles me now is this. Thermonuclear weapons could end human civilizations. They have become so frightening that the very thought of using them seems unreal. Their credibility as a deterrent has thus decreased, while their threat has increased enormously.
En 1956, los estadounidenses probaron su primera bomba de hidrógeno aerotransportada. Después de hablar en contra de la carrera armamentista, Sájarov fue expulsado de toda investigación nuclear y se convirtió en líder de la disidencia. La carrera de Teller floreció eventualmente. Asesoró en la carrera de armamentos nucleares a los presidentes sucesivos. Años más tarde, Oppenheimer fue premiado por su trabajo, pero su reputación estaba destruida. Murió de cáncer en 1967. En 1952, Inglaterra tuvo la bomba. En 1964, China. Ese mismo año, Francia.
We and our supposed enemy are likened to two scorpions in a bottle, both capable of killing the other, but only at the risk of their own lives. Mankind certainly has the capability to destroy itself. And only the greatest act of faith could persuade us that what will be left will be human. Some legacy, huh?
La paz mundial dependía ahora de un nuevo concepto. La destrucción mutua asegurada, o MAD, siglas que en inglés forman la palabra loco. narrado en español para Canal 22 por José Luis Palomera de la Red, con la colaboración de Liliana Torres.